Once again, good afternoon, also on the live stream. Welcome to the Klaverblad International High Jump meeting here in Zoetermeer in the Netherlands. Already the 18th edition of this wonderful high standard high jumping event in the Netherlands. The weather, as you can see, is excellent for some serious high jumping. And we have quite a strong field of competitors with a man. They start at 4 p.m. So another 5 minutes before the competition will start. And at 6 p.m. the women will also compete in their high jumping competition. In a few minutes we will introduce all the individual athletes to this 2022 edition of the high jump meeting in Zoetermeer. We're all curious to see at what height we will end today here. There has been some good history on this track meeting with a meeting record of 2:28 that is held together by, of course, the Dutch jumper Douwe Amels. He won the event in 2019 with 2:28, the same height of the winner in 2014, also 2:28 from Gianmarco Tamberi from Italy, of course, the Olympic champion. So great names and great heights here in Zoetermeer. Let's see what the 2022 edition will bring.
Okay, dames en heren, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start with the men's high jump, and unfortunately, before we start, we already have an injured athlete. So, unfortunately, Saad from Morocco will not be jumping in this event. We'll start the competition with 9 men. We gaan dus met 9 mannen van start en ik ga ze één voor één aan u voorstellen. Allereerst stel ik aan u voor met een persoonlijk record van 2 meter en 8 centimeter uit Sydney. Cyprus, from Cyprus, 5th at the National Championships, Yanis Adaniadis.
So as you can see, we are starting to introduce the athletes from Greece. Ioannis Anandiades, personal record of 2:08. Then the next athlete from Germany is Chima Ihinetu. His personal best 2:16. Then one of the strong Belgian jumpers, Sten Genens, the first one in this field, the first Belgian, Sten Genens, 2:13, his personal best. Also one competitor from the Netherlands, his personal best 2:11, Marius Wouters, competing for Hellas. Another strong jumper from Belgium, Arne Min. He recently improved his personal record a few weeks ago to 2:16. And then one competitor from France, Christian Biengui. Also, he has a personal best of 2:16. Then a really legendary jumper from Belgium, 12 times the national champion in Belgium. Bram Guijs, his name. His personal best is 2:26 in 2018, and this year his season best 2:14. Then another national record holder with a personal best of 2:29 from Puerto Rico, Luis Castro Rivera. And number 9, the 9th athlete, also from Belgium, 2:17 this year, Jeff Vermeer. He became second silver medalist in this year's Belgium Championships. So you see here the bar, starting height. We're good to go. Here the competition, you still see the name of Saad Hamouda from Morocco, also national record holder. He is here, but he has some injury during the warm-up and he decided not to compete.
Each athlete will jump at the music they chose themselves.
As you can see from the banners, quite windy conditions here today in Zoetermeer. But that should not be too much of disadvantage for the athletes. Starting height 185, and that's a clearance, a good clearance. For the Greek athlete. But of course, if your personal best and your season best is 2:04, the 185 should not be that big of a problem. You want to get into this competition, so you want to make some good jumps at the early heights to be secure when it gets serious, 2:04 and above. So Ioannis, the Greek athlete, the only one competing at 185, and can immediately put the bar higher. Next height, 190.
until there are some administrative issues. We'll try to solve that as soon as possible, and then we'll continue with the next height. That will be 1 meters 90.
The bar at 190, and again it's our friend from Greece, Ioannis Ananiadis, who's going to try this next height, 190. Oh yes, also this is absolutely not an issue. He's working himself into this competition with some strong jumps. 185 and now 190. And the next one, the next athlete is Stan Genens, young athlete from Belgium. Yeah, you see, you need to get into this competition. He touches the bar, but it stays where it should be. So also for him, the 190 in the first attempt.
How long are the judges going to wait? And it's a fair jump by Sten. Next to jump is Marius Wouters.
Third athlete enters the competition is the local hero, so to say, the athlete from the Netherlands, Marius Wouters. He became 5th in this year's Dutch National Championship. And he needs to come back because it's clear to see that that first attempt is not successful.
Uiteraard eerst nog overleg met de coach, in dit geval Marlies Larsen.
Some conversation with the support coach. What should I change? The approach, distance of the takeoff. No further athletes to compete at this height, so it's up to Marius Wouters to make himself ready for the second attempt at 190. 211, so his personal best. Even indoors, he managed to jump 215. That's a few years ago, 2017. And the 211 is from 2019. A much better jump than the first one, but still not good enough, as you can see. So a third and final attempt remains for Marius Wouters at this, for him, crucial height, opening height of 190. As I mentioned before, maybe the wind is playing some role in finding the right pace in the approach. And yes, you see he's going to change a bit his length of approach, 1 feet longer. So apparently it was too close to the bar at this second attempt.
Oké, dames en heren, het wordt de laatste poging op deze hoogte voor Marius Wouters. We gaan hem extra ondersteunen. We doen die handen op elkaar.
Yeah, it's nice to see also the audience here in Zoetermeer wants to see Marius passing this bar at 190. His third attempt. But that support is not helping him today.
Zonder Marius, we waren graag dat jou verder gegaan wordt op de volgende hoogte. En dat wordt 1,95 meter. Next height will be 195.
So that means we already lose the first athlete of 9 in this jumping competition. Marius Wouters leaves the competition here. We continue with 8 jumpers and the bar moves up to 195. And like before, it's Ioannis from Greece who is the first to try at this new height, 195.
Volgende hoogte is 1,95. Ja, maar daarna komt hij op 1,99.
Ja.
98.
1,99. De volgende.
Ja, maar het gekke is, want daarna staat 2 meter 1. 3 staat er, ja, nee. Oké, dan gaat hij om de vloer, ja.
Next is Brandhuis as Stan is passing his height to continue with the next one. Dan hier de handen weer op elkaar voor Brandhuis.
Yes, of course, Bram Guis, the number 3 of Belgium of all times, with a personal best of 2:26. For him, of course, the 195 should not be an issue. And as you could clearly see, it was not. 2:14 this year, Bram Guis, 12 times the Belgium champion. And his is his ninth time here in Zoetermeer. So it's a regular guest here in Zoetermeer. Nice to see our friends from Belgium to join this wonderful competition here in Zoetermeer. So you see it's still the opening early stages of the this high jumping event. A few athletes want to try a first jump and already the bar is move up. Next height is 199. And again, Ioannis. Let's see if he also passes the bar at 199 in his first attempt. Here he comes. That's a foul. I had the impression he was quite far off from the bar. So you might want to have some discussion with his coach to see if something has to be modified to his approach. Next athlete, he also wants to have the support from the audience. We see that clearly. The athlete from Germany, Shima Ihenetu. His opening jump at 199. Yeah, that's always nice to have your first jump cleared in the first attempt. Some short discussion with the coach from Berlin, and they are happy with this first jump. All fine. A bit backwards for the next one because he was quite close to the bar. still managed to get over the 199. Shima Ihenetu from Germany.
First foul for Spin.
The third Belgium to enter the competition, Arne Min. Oh yes, strong clearance, happy with that. 199 for him in the first attempt. Good clearance from Bram Guijs. The third one to pass is 199, the first attempt. Ihenetu from Germany and both Min and Guijs from Belgium passed the 199 in the first attempt. Two athletes were not that successful at the first attempt. Sten Geinens from Belgium and also Ioannis from Greece. And we see him ready on the stand for his second attempt, 199. He already managed this year 204, the man from Greece. That's the personal best 208 from 2021. And this year he was 5th in the National Greek Championships. Currently he managed 195 and he is struggling at 199. Second attempt for Sten Geinens from Belgium. Yes, that's a strong and a clear clearance in his second attempt on 199.
Only one person left to clear this height for 199.
That leaves us with one athlete at this height, Ioannis Ananiades from Greece. Third and hopefully not his last attempt, 199. We would like to see him continue the competition also at 203. But first, this crucial and third attempt on 199. It's not going to happen for him today. He leaves the competition at 199, and so behind his name we can note 195 as his successful performance for this today, and leaving the competition at the 8th position. That means we can move the bar up again, and now we are crossing the 2-meter mark. The bar is going to 203. The first athlete to try this new height is Kima Ihinetu from Germany. He is having a good time here in Zoetermeer. His slightly modified approach, a bit longer. And he seems to have a good time. He won the silver medal in the World Championships under 18 in 2017. Look at this, the power in the jump. A good clearance, he looks very satisfied. And he should be 203. And as I said before, we have some very strong competitors from Belgium this year. The numbers 2, 3, 4 and 5 of the current national list in Belgium are all here today. Very nice. After the previous height, 199, where he needed 2 attempts, he clears the 203 in his first. That is good for the self-confidence. His countryman, Arne Min, also for him, the 203. First attempt. Another new athlete is going to enter the competition at this height of 203. The athlete from France, Christian Biengui. And also he is looking for the support of the crowd here. His seasonal and personal best is 216, so the 203 should be a good opening height for him. Yeah, wonderful. A solid jump on 203 for the Frenchman. Yes, Bram Guijs has a good streak here. 195, 199 and also the 203. The first attempt, a slight touch of the bar, but that's not a problem. The bar stays where it should be and Bram successfully clears the 203.
First time on the run-up, gift coming in. 2 meters, 3 centimeters.
The fourth Belgium athlete to enter the competition now, Jeff Vermeire. So for him the 203 is opening jump. Also for him absolutely not a problem. Well done. So 3 Belgian athletes already successfully passed the 203 in the first attempt. One of them, the fourth one of Belgium, the fourth athlete of Belgium, Arne Min, needs a second attempt on the 203. Yes, yes, well done. Second attempt, successful. So all athletes are up to the next height. The bar can be adjusted and we move on from 203 to 207. And where we started at 185, we are already 207, and we are getting to some serious highs. As you can see from the officials, all of them fit well below this bar at 207. And only one athlete has yet to start, and that is the man from Peru. Peru, it says, I believe it should be Puerto Rico. Yes, indeed. Luis Castro Rivera, of course, the athlete from Puerto Rico, 2016 Olympian, national record holder, 229. And if you look at the paper and the personal best, that is the person to watch for this year's triumph victory here in Zoetermeer. But still, he has to enter the competition. First back to what's happening right now, 207, the bar. The first one to try this is Chima Ihinetu from Germany. Look at his happy face. He seems to be really enjoying him here in Zoetermeer. Good jump. There is still some height left for him.
En we gaan ook Stem ondersteunen. Die handen mogen weer op elkaar. Stem zodat ik toch zien op de download. Dus dat doe je dan harder in.
Yeah, well done. Arne Min, successful in his first attempt where he needed 2 tries at 203. Now he clears the 207 in the first attempt. That can make a difference later in when we make up the final order of the final result. You try to have as little foul jumps as you can. Back to the French athlete, also for him 207, first attempt. Tristan Biengui. He needs to come back for a second attempt at this height. And as you can see, coaches, they make the movies of the takeoff and will discuss immediately, decide what went wrong, what can be done better. You see, the bar was slightly touched and it dropped.
natuurlijk van ook van Hans, de andere over elkaar. Eerste foutpoging voor Bron. First foul voor Bron. At 2 meters 7. The first time we're gonna see him on the runway. Luis Castro Oliveira. He's the next one to jump.
And here he is, the final athlete to enter the competition. From all the way from Puerto Rico, Luis Castro Rivera. Fantastic personal best, 2:29, and already this year he cleared 2:23. So he is a finalist in the 2016 Olympics, where he managed to jump 2:25. 3 times the national record holder of Puerto Rico, and currently the holder of the national record, 2:29. Here he comes, his opening bit in this competition here in Zoetermeer at 2:07. Yes, of course.
Also, Luis Castro started this competition. Nog één man opent de startlijst voor de eerste poging. Maar ik zie dat hij boven staat. Hij staat 2 meters tegenover. Dat betekent dat we verder gaan met de tweede poging op deze hoogte. Second attempt at 2 meters 7. We started with standard cadence.
You see that Jeff Vermeer from Belgium is passing this height, and that makes that we have still 3 athletes that have to come back for their second attempt at 2:07. First one to do so, Stan Genens.
Nog één poging over voor Stan. Second attempt now for Tristan de DNG.
So Stan Genens, he has to come back for a 3rd time for their second attempt. First of them, Christian Biengui from France. Second attempt, 2:07. Best, he became 5th in the national championship of Belgium this summer. So with 2:13, you should think that the 2:7 should be feasible. Here he goes. Not today for Stan Genens. 3rd cross at 2:07, so he leaves the competition at 2:03.
Kleine aanpassing, de hulp, de aanloop voor de volgende man die zijn derde poging gaat krijgen. En natuurlijk gaan we daar weer achter staan.
One more jump left at 2:07. Hopefully the countryman of Stan Genens, Bram Guis, will be successful at this height of 2:07.
En dan komt hij eraan en dan gaan de handen op elkaar hier van het publiek bij Ideon. En dan laten we ons horen van Bram Guis.
In 2:20, 2:19, better to say. He won the bronze medal in this high jump competition here in Zoetermeer with 2:20. Yes, and he is happy about it, and he should be. 2:7 in his 3rd attempt. So also Bram Guis will continue at the next height. And this successful jump of Bram Guis means that all the action at 2:07 is finished. The bar moves up another 3 centimeter. 2:10 is the next height.
still 6 athletes competing.
Still 6 athletes in the competition. All of them have at least had one successful height.
To lead this tournament, it's Chile from Germany. Already dancing on the runway.
And one of the reasons that the athletes are so happy, they all bring their own music, and so that gives them a bit of comfortable feeling, maybe from that training, what they recognize, what gives them a good feeling, the good rhythm. The first foul for Shima Ihinetu at 2:10. Arnemin, next athlete at 2:10. He only recently improved his personal best. The 13th of August, he jumped higher than ever before at 2:16. For him, the bar at 2:10. He can be the first one here today to cross this altitude successfully.
Next on the runway is Kristen Bienke.
As I said before, some athletes collecting foul jumps. So if you would be the one jumping this in the first attempt, gives you a rather good advantage to make up the final score at the end. The third one trying 2:10 in his first attempt, Kirsten Biengu. Bronze medal winner of the French National Championship 2:22. Oh, he already believed that he did it. He touched the bar. First seems to stay where it should be, but as you can see, it slides and then it falls.
En is Jan Brandhuis, gaat hij dan de eerste zijn die over 2 meter en 10 centimeter heen gaat?
Yeah, that would be a good opportunity for Bramhuis, who needed the 3 attempts for 2:07. But this year he cleared already 2:14, so no reason why we should believe that he would be able to clear the 2:10 in his first attempt. Luis Castro is skipping the 2:10 after his successful attempt at 2:07. And that means that we will see the next athlete on the runway, Jeff Vermeer from Belgium. He skipped the 207, cleared the 203, and now for him is the 210. He can be the first and so far only one to cross this height. Jeff Vermeer, who improved his personal best in June this summer, the 6th of June. He achieved the 217, his season and personal best. This year he's the number 2 of Belgium, both on the list of 2022 and also on the Belgium National Championship, the silver medal for Jeff Vermeer. We're moving on to the second attempt for 5 athletes at this apparently crucial height of 2 meters 10 centimeters. Oh yes, that was a very good jump. And he knows it. Look at this replay. He is more than 10 centimeters over that, so we're gonna definitely see him back in this competition. Very good jump at 210 from Jima Ihenetu from Germany. Curious what will be the response from Arne Min from Belgium. Can he match that performance of Jima Ihenetu from Germany? No, he cannot, at least not for now. The good news is he still has 1/3 attempt left at this height. Then back for his second attempt, Kirsten Biengui from France, who was so unfortunate in his first attempt.
It's time for Kirsten Biengui. Was very close in his first one. He will jump, he will clear this.
He asking for the support of the audience here in Zoetermeer. That can be this final push, the final bit he needs to cross the bar successfully in the second attempt. Here he goes. Yes, you see, if you take off at the right position and you reach the height at the right point, you can cross this bar even at 210. And also here I saw still a centimeter 5 or 6 left between his body and the bar. So also him we're going to see back at the next height. Kirsten Biengui from France. That was a very good jump, and he is extremely happy.
bingo al gezien. Er is ook een stroopwafelkraan en een ijskraan van geregeld door de hoofdsponsor van dit evenement, Klaverblad. Klaverblad verzekeringen. Daar, als u daar zin in heeft, kunt u een stroopwafel op. Dames en heren, dat kan harder. Dames en heren, dat kan harder.
For this last and for now very crucial jump at 2:13. The man from Berlin.
Okay, clap your hands. Let's hear it for Chima Nieto.
Ik heb geen internet, dus we hebben geen.
That's a shame. Let's give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Chima Nieto. One final attempt at 2:13. Will we have two or will we have three athletes at the next height? Het moment om er nog eens een keer achter te gaan staan, dames en heren. We laten van ons horen, we gaan hem ondersteunen. En dan mag wel een stukje harder. Let's hear it for Luis Castro. Yes, and he does it. Three men continue at 2:16. Three men remaining in the competition. We saw Tristan with B&E and Jeff Vermeer clear the first attempt. We saw Luis Costa just clear this third attempt at 2:13. We'll continue at 2:16. We look at counter, and it is Jeff Vermeer who is leading ahead of Tristan B&E and Luis Costa in third. Op dit moment is de stand Jeff Vermeer op de eerste plaats, gevolgd door Tristan B&E en daarna Luis Costa.
Welcome back. You might have wondered what was going on. We had a slight interruptions of our internet connection here in Zoetermeer, but all is back on track due to quick response of our technical support, so you can follow what's going on here. And what you missed is maybe that Chima Nieto from Germany missed his third attempt on 2:13, but Luis Castro Rivera, he managed to cross the bar in the third attempt at 2:13. So the bar is now to 2:16, and 3 athletes are left for this height. Kirsten Biyungi from France, the first to try this height, and that should equal his season and personal best. So at least he's showing us the best he got this year, with an opportunity to equal his personal best here in the Netherlands. Oh, that was quite a powerful jump with strong impulse at the takeoff. Look at this, just the legs taking along the bar. So not quite in this first attempt, but 2 more to go. And Kirsten Biongi is very well underway in this high jump competition. The 18th edition of the Klaverblad International High Jump Meeting in Zoetermeer.
New height, new chances. First attempt for
Last year's champion, not last year due to the COVID, we had to skip 1 year. 2020 was Thomas Carmoy, the current Belgian champion. He won the competition in 2020 with 2:21, and 2:16 was the height for the number 2 in 2020. Falk Vendrik from Germany and Douwe Amels from the Netherlands. They passed the bar at 2:16 in 2020, claiming the 2nd place in that previous edition. Back to today, back to 2022. On the runway, Luis Castro, the bar at 2:16.
left, and now the leader in the competition, de leider in de wedstrijd op dit moment. Gaat hij dan een voorschot nemen door in zijn eerste poging ook over 2 meter 16 heen te gaan. We zien hem al staan, de muziek die draait al. De schoen wordt nog wat strakker aangetrokken en dan gaan de handen op elkaar. En laten we vooral zorgen voor Jet Vermeeren.
Also this man from Belgium, very strong in this competition. 2:13 in one go. His season and personal best 2:17. Will he be the first to clear the 2:16 here today? No, he is not.
Terugzien op de aanloop, all 3 are coming back to run up for their second attempt at 2:16. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it from Mr. Biengi.
He's looking for all the help he can get. His music, some support from the audience. The bar at 2:16, his best height ever. Second attempt, Kirsten Beyungi. And as a snake, he's tried to curl himself around the bar, but he loses the battle with the bar. 1 attempt remains for him to try again, to equal his personal best at 2:16.
Who will be the first to clear this 2:16?
And based on his personal and season best, you would expect Luis Castro Rivera to show his supremacy here over the other 2 athletes. And yes, he does. He crosses the bar at 2:16. and he is clearly happy about that. This fantastic, colorful outfit from Puerto Rico.
What will you do? Wat gaat hij doen? Dat zijn er overheen gaat. Dat is de gelijke stand op dat moment.
So Jeff Vermeer from Belgium now has to answer that successful attempt from Louis Castro. The mission seems simple. Cross that bar. 2:16 with a personal best of 2:17. And also for him, he is at the height. He touches the bar. He curls around it. The bar comes down. So as you can see, also for him, 2 red crosses at 2:16. He thought he had it. We'll see him back at the 3rd attempt, 2:16. One athlete successful at this height, Louis Castro Rivera. The other 2 left with 1 final attempt. Kirsten Beyangi equaling his personal best, and for Jeff Vermeer it's only 1 centimeter short of his personal best. So for these 2 guys, they are really competing here today at the best ever level they had ever before.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it. Give him the loudest applause you can give. Let's hear it from Kirsten Beyangi.
It's now or never. He needs your support. It's getting busier here in Zoetermeer. It's nice to see also a lot of young athletes who came and see what's going on here with all the music and all these international stars in this high jump meeting. He gives it his all or nothing. Today, it doesn't work for him. Kirsten Beyangi, he leaves the competition at 2:13. But what a fantastic competition we have seen from this French athlete.
Will it be decided at this height, 2:16?
One more man can keep Louis Castro from his win in the 2022 Klaverblad International High Jump meeting. For now, at least. To do that, he needs to cross this bar at 2:16. Jeff Vermeer, only 21 years, strong athlete from Belgium. The number 2 in the national championship. And he does it! He does it, he can barely believe it. Fantastic performance here from the Belgian athlete Jeff Vermeer. 3rd attempt, 2:16. So that is only 1 centimeter short of his personal best. He is clearly satisfied with his performance. As you can see, look at this man. Fantastic. So not 1 but 2 athletes continue the competition. The bar goes up. 2:19. 2:19. If you say it fast, it seems nothing, but if you look at this height here and the officials needing all the equipment to measure the height, I can tell you 2:19 is quite a height. So 2:19, that's what it takes at least to be the 2:22 champion here in Zoetermeer Klaverblad International High Jump meeting. Will it be Louis Castro, as may be expected based on his personal best, or will it be the strong Belgian athlete Jeff Vermeer? It's between these 2 men.
2 athletes left in the competition. 2 meters 19 is the new bar height. Luis Castro, he's leading.
For now, it's Louis Castro leading because he crossed the bar at 2:16 in 2 attempts, and Jeff Amere second because he needed a 3rd attempt for that height. So to make it even more difficult for Jeff Amere to win, the best thing Louis Castro could do now is to cross this bar at 2:19 in his 1st attempt.
2 meters 19. 2 meter 19. We gaan de eerste sprong kijken, dames en heren. We laten de echte lucht in. Dat deden we natuurlijk al, maar nu dat zijn we al 2 meter 19. Met het applaus van het publiek hier in Zoetermeer. Laat u horen voor Luis Castro. Zullen we zeggen, dat is possible for Luis Castro with 2 attempts left. Twee pogingen besteden voor Luis Castro. Die zijn er nog voor Jeff Vermeer. Zijn eerste poging gaat er zo komen. Daar is de muziek. Zo de handen op elkaar van het publiek. En dan kijken we naar de eerste poging voor Jeff Vermeer.
First attempt, Jeff Vermeer, 2:19. And so you can see it's only 3 centimeters, but for him a big difference, 2:16 or 2:19. The 2:16 he did before, the 2:19 he did never. 2:17 is personal best. Jeff Amere with the 2:17, he is on the 19th position of the Belgium high jump list of all times. If he would cross the 2:19, he would move up to the 14th position.
Van Luis Castro is 2 meter 29. Dat is gelijk ook het nationaal record van Puerto Rico. En dit seizoen was Luis Castro al goed voor 2 meter 23.
Preparing him for the 2nd attempt. Athlete, Puerto Rico national record holder since 2016. 2:19. Here he comes. Together with the coach, they are looking at the movie, the images that they took of this jump to see if there is something to repair, to improve, that he can use in his 3rd attempt to hopefully successfully cross the bar at 2:19. Then back to Jeff Vermeer. He would surprise himself and all of us big time if he would be able to cross this bar here, and puts the pressure on Luis Castro. That would be fantastic for this competition. Oh, that jump was so much better than the first one and so close. I actually believe he could do it here today, the 219, and improve his personal best that he only put a few months ago at 217. He is so close. It's not at all clear who is going to win this competition here today in Zoetermeer. Will it be Luis Castro, or will Jeff Vermeer find some magic in that third and final attempt?
Weer de laatste poging. Het moment weer om die handen zou te klappen. Let's hear it. For the final attempt to be the 19. Here's Luis Castro. Yes.
And look at this. A light smile on the face, knowing that it was close, but the bar stays high. Officials touching the bar, so that means it's an official positive attempt. The 219 is in the pocket. And that means that we are going to see some jumps at 220 and above. But before we go there, first we would like to see Jeff Vermeer to be also successful on this height of 219 after his second attempt. I do believe, and I hope you agree with me, that he deserves to get this height here today in Zoetermeer, this 219. To put an additional 2 centimeters on his personal best.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it.
He puts such a strong performance on the stand here today in the Netherlands. The second place is already granted for now. Can he seal it off with a fantastic personal best, 219? No, he doesn't. But he seems to be pretty happy with this performance here today. That second jump at 219 was so close. And being only 21, we will definitely see this guy more often. And we hope to see him back here. Maybe next year to come back to Zoetermeer. And then he can compete again for the highest bid. Today he leaves the competition at 216. And that is a certain second place in the 2022 Klaverblad International High Jumping Meeting in Zoetermeer. And that means that we know who is going to be the 2022 winner. The only thing that is not clear yet is at what height. They're trying to find out what's going to be the next height, because being the only athlete in competition, he can decide himself. And it's going to be 224, and he wants to increase his season best, which was currently at 223. So 224.
U ziet de juryleden komt ook maar in de buurt met het hoofd.
You're looking at the athlete from Puerto Rico, as I said before, the national record holder since 2016. It's mutually a record holder, also David Adley Smith. Also 2016 they both claimed the highest jump ever for Puerto Rico. 2016 was the most successful year for Luis Castro thus far. His national record 229 and also his participation in the highest of all in sports, the Olympic Games in Rio. He made it all the way to the final. And today he is here in Zoetermeer and is going to win the 2022 edition. Fantastic to attract this kind of athletes to this meeting here in the Netherlands. Already a very high level of high jumping for almost 20 years. Last year's winners, Thomas Carmoy from Belgium, 221. Louis Castro is on his way to beat that performance. He beat all the other athletes today, and now is the battle against himself. The battle against his best performance of 2022.
We gaan de tweede keer het applaus geven, we gaan hem ondersteunen. We weten al dat hij gaat winnen, maar hij gaat nog eens één keer heel hoog springen. 2,24 meter. En we gaan heel hard voor applaudisseren. Dus doe die heutjes open gaan en laat het maar horen. Let's hear it. Let's support.
Here we go, ready for the first attempt. 2:24. Louis Castro Rivera. The young athletes from Ilion, Zoetermeer, the local athletics club, are here to shout for him, this man, in his battle to 2:24.
Luis Castro, hij komt uit Puerto Rico, is daar de nationale recordhouder met een hoogte van 2,29 meter. De lat ligt nu op 2,24 meter. Hij heeft het dus al eerder gedaan. Dit jaar werd hij nog achter tijdens de NCAC. Dat zijn de, zeg maar de Europese kampioenschappen van Noord-Amerika en het Caribisch gebied. Daar werd hij uiteindelijk de achtste. En in 2016 deed hij mee aan de Olympische Spelen in Brazilië, in Rio de Janeiro. Hij stond daar in de finale en werd uiteindelijk 13e.
At this height, everything has to work, so there is some details to be discussed, as you can see. The pace might be different. The position of liftoff, the curve, the inclination, the position of the shoulder. Everything has to work out this kind of altitude. They know the plan. He's ready for it. He knows what he has to change to be more perfect for a successful attempt at 2 meters and 24. Being the only athlete left in the competition, he has some more room, some more time between his attempts to give him a decent opportunity to prepare and focus and get ready for his next attempt.
Maar we gaan het met het publiek wat wel kan blijven zitten natuurlijk gewoon proberen. We gaan die handen op elkaar, want die ouders blijven gewoon staan.
And once the men are finished at 6 p.m. we are starting the competition for the women. So another great high jumping event right after this men edition. 6 p.m. it's the turn for the women. But before that, we are going to look at the second attempt for now. Luis Castro Rivera. He is definitely the winner of today's event. But we are still trying to find out his final height. Second attempt, 2:24. He's ready for it. A big shout. Will it be 2:19, the winning height, or will it be 2:24, or even more? We will know shortly. As you can see from the trees, the wind is a bit of an item here today. The jumpers are trying to find, you can also see the banners behind the high jump stand. There is quite some whirlwind here in the stadium. And the jumpers are trying to find the window in between to have the best condition for their performance.
man in de strijd, Luis Castro uit Puerto Rico. Hij heeft 5 minuten de tijd voordat hij zijn volgende poging doet. Een moment tussen van rust. Zorgen dat even de spanning eraf is. De ontspanning komt, daarna de spanning weer op. Om de laatste sprong te doen. De laatste keer voor u. Om hem nog dat applaus mee te geven. Die ondersteuning in deze sprong. 2 meter 24. De hoogte. Hij gaat er weer staan. Kleine aanpassing in de aanloop. En dan moet het goed gaan. Helemaal met de steun van het publiek hier in Zoetermeer.
And we're looking at the preparations. He's looking up, he's seeking all the help he can get from the crowd, from above. At the end it's him to make it work. Luis Castro Rivera. No, not today, no 22-24. But still, he is the big winner of the 2022 Klaverblad International High Jump meeting here in Zoetermeer, and 2:19 is still a solid performance for this man, all the way from Puerto Rico. It's a great name on the long history of this high jumping event here in Zoetermeer. Another solid name, a former Olympian, a 2:29 jumper, national record holder. After Thomas Carmoy of Belgium in 2020, it is now Luis Castro Rivera who takes the crown in Zoetermeer. 2:19. Just before Jeff Vermeer from Belgium, he takes the silver. 2:16. And the third place is for the athlete from France, Kirsten Biengui. 2:13. That's the top 3 of this edition, the 2022 edition of the Klaverblad International High Jump meeting. We will see a little break here, and of course we are going to award the prizes. And then at 6 p.m. we are back. We hope that you will join us again to watch the women event. Oh. Anders. Hier staat het ook allemaal op.
Marco, wil jij alvast deze kant op komen? Dankjewel. Oké, dan ga ik nu de atleten naar voren vragen. Allereerst op de 9e plaats, helaas geen geslaagde poging. Dat zien we de volgende keer anders graag. Dames en heren, mag nog één keer applaus. Waar is Wouters?
We're going to make a lineup of all the athletes competing in this event. We just saw the number 9 coming forward, Marius Wouters from the Netherlands. Unfortunately, no valid jump for him today. Number 8 from Greece, Ioannis Ananiades. Then number 7, Stan Genins, still here from Belgium. His countryman on the 6th position, Bram Guis. 2:07, 6th position today. 5th position, also from Belgium, Also 207. Here he is. Arne Min. Then the fourth position, 210. The man from Berlin, from Germany. Look at the smile. He appears to be pretty happy with his performance here in the Netherlands today. Hima Ihenetu, shaking hands with all his competitors. Look at this man. And then the third place, the French athlete, Kirsten Biongi, 213. Good for the third place today. And also he seems to be quite happy. He can be on the podium. Flowers, little envelope. And then this man, 216, just short of his personal best, from Belgium, the silver place today. And he has such a good performance, such a good attempt on 219 in his second attempt. We will definitely see him back here. Look at this satisfied face. 216, second position. And then there is one position left. And that can only belong to this year's winner of the Klaverblad International High Jump Meeting. All the way from Puerto Rico. Almost 224 today, but a solid jump on 219. Luis Castro Rivera. Sportsman. He's shaking hands with all his competitors. And then he climbs the highest podium. And with this nice picture of all the athletes, the prize winners and the champion, we conclude the 2022 male edition of the Klaverblad International High Jump Meeting. Here they all are. Greece, the Netherlands, Belgium, Germany, France, and the winner all the way from Puerto Rico. A 20 minutes break until we start with the women's event. Here you see it again, 1800 start of the women's event, and I definitely would like to invite you to have a small break too. A snack, something to drink, and then we'll invite you back here on the screen with us to see who's going to be the female winner of the 2022 event here in Zoetermeer. See you in a bit.
Ja, dat doen we dan wel even.
You see, that's us.
Yeah, good. Ah, there. Ah, there.
Well, first of all, Luis Castro, congratulations with your win here today. You look happy. Are you actually happy?
So I am actually very happy because this is my last competition of the season, and I'm very happy to finish healthy. You know, it has been a very hard season so far, but 219. I mean, not happy with the height because I know I can do more, and yeah, but I mean better than last competition near the 220. But yeah, at the end, fighting with a lot of wind and dealing with fatigue. You know, this is my last competition. I start my season in April, so it was quite early. So I'm just happy that I finished my season with 219 and with the win. I mean, I think this is the only competition that I have won this season. So I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm the winner.
Can you try to, because we saw that the wind was actually troubling more of the jumpers. Can you explain how that does affect your run, your approach? You are changing the distance all the time.
Yeah, so if we have a tailwind, there is no problem because it made us a little bit faster, so we just need to adjust. But if it's against, you know, if it's a headwind, then of course, and me being light, you know, and running toward the wind, it is difficult to keep the rhythm, and of course, it needs to have a little bit of more of a push. And yeah, I mean, when you fix the run up based on the wind, maybe there's no wind, and then it'll be too far, you know. So yeah, it's very hard. I think any other high jumper will understand if you have a headwind in front of you. So yeah, it was very difficult today. But I mean, it's outdoors, so we're always gonna have wind. So it's not an excuse. So
and
yeah,
you have to somehow deal with it because everybody has at the end similar conditions.
Exactly.
But
yeah.
it might exactly at this height at 224, it becomes an item. It becomes not easy.
Yeah, I mean, in 224 is very important, you know, to have almost perfect conditions after so many jumps, you know. So I end up maybe with 9-10 jumps. So yeah, I mean, I am more tired and less energy than in the beginning. So yeah, to try to save energy, not to fight in the wind is hard.
So you're saying you are completing the season. You had a lot of competitions. You were 8th, I saw, in the NACAC champions this year.
Yeah.
Is you're not happy with that, or
no? I'm not happy because I mean, it's very important competition. It's an area championship.
Yeah.
So I really prepare myself to be on my best shape on the season. But then I got some trouble, you know, with the area. So my long run up sadly was not measurable for the space, you know. So I was having some complications, not having enough space to take off. So that was a pity, and of course I would like to win the competition, of course, because I have what it needs. So this competition has been so much up and downs. I mean, I moved back to Puerto Rico. I was living in Germany for the last 10 years, so the transition was very hard. But again, as long I am healthy, I am happy. So I know this will pass, and next year it will be better, definitely.
Wow, that's some strong statements. So looking already to next year, you have
sure.
You have big plans. You have great ideas. What is your, let's say, competition to aim for next year? Is there?
So next year is quite heavy and quite busy for us in the Caribbean. We have CACs, the Central American Games. We have the World Championships, the Athletic Federation, right? And then we have Pan Ams, like the Pan American Games. And this will be in Chile in November. So I know it's a little bit out of schedule, but still is the most important competition in my area, which it will help my qualification for next Olympics, which will be my main goal, like in this Olympic cycle, definitely.
Okay, it's fantastic to see your positive attitude and to see your strong plans for the future. First, it's time to relax, to take a bit of time off.
I need it.
And we were so happy to have you here in Zoetermeer. Maybe next year, if there is room in your schedule,
I would love to come back.
We would love to see you here again.
Sadly, because of the ranking system, these small competitions are really dying, you know, and this is a pity because, I mean, like, I love high jump, I love my event, and I just love the fact that we can have individual, specific high jump competitions, you know. So I just hope things get better in that matter, and we can bring back good high jump competitions, definitely.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
Great having you. All the best in the future, and
thanks for having me. Thank you.
Safe trip home, I would say.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
kan natuurlijk in veemix gewoon. Als hij als op 1,82 klaar is, dan op 1,75 hebben.
Welcome back in Zoetermeer. It is just past 6 p.m. and we are ready here to start the women's event of the Klaverblad International High Jump Meeting 2022 here in Zoetermeer. We are looking for who's going to replace Janelle Shaper as the winner of the 2020 edition of this high jump competition, already for the 18th time. This high-level high jump competition takes place in Zoetermeer at the premises of Athletics Club Ilion. The weather is still fine, about 24 degrees, a bit of a twirly wind on the stand, which we have seen given the male athletes a bit of a struggle in their competition. It seems to be a bit less than before. So hopefully the women do not have too much to deal with that wind here in Zoetermeer. We're going to look at 6 athletes competing here today. And you see the names here, and I have to say that unfortunately Marie-Laurence Jungfleisch from Germany will not compete. The other 6 will, as you can see or also here. a fantastic international field with 6 competitors from 6 different countries. At the start of the event, we will officially introduce all the 6 athletes. We're starting with the athlete from the Netherlands. She was 3rd in this year's national championship. From Prins Hendrik uit Vught in the Netherlands, her club, Tanita Hofmans. The number 2 here from Great Britain and Northern Ireland, 11 times the national championship, the champion. The number 2 of all times in Great Britain, Morgan Lake. Then one athlete who needs very little introduction here in Zoetermeer because she trains and lives in the area. She was the silver Olympic medal winner in Rio from Bulgaria, Mirela Demireva. Then athlete from Slovenia. She is 7th time the national champion from her country. From Slovenia, Lea Apostolovski. Then from Germany. She was 8th in the national champion in Germany and 2nd for under 23. As I said, from Germany, Blessing Enato. And then from Greece, she was the bronze winner of the national championship on the 26th of June in Thessaloniki. She was the Greek champion in 2020 and the 6th athlete competing here today from Greece, Panagotia Dozi. We start the competition at a height of 170. Tanita Hofmans opens the competition with her first and successful attempt at 170.
De voordigheden die er zojuist al waren bij de mannenwedstrijd, u weet het, we moedigen ze allemaal aan. We geven onze ondersteuning voor Hamsterpad. En dat doen we natuurlijk ook bij de vrouwen. Of course, we give these women all our support by clapping our hands. And their own clapping and their own chosen music.
It all looks so easy for Blessing Enato in her first entrance in the competition. First and successful jump at 1.70 m. No other athletes will try this height, so the bar can go up. Next height 174.
Heerlijke stroopwafels en ijsjes hier verkrijgbaar. Mocht u dat nog niet hebben gehaald, kunt u dat daar doen. Dus beschikbaar gesteld door Klaverblad. De hoofdsponsor van het weekend.
If we look at the season best of the 6 competing athletes, we see 3 of them around 180, 181. And we see 3 of them well above 190, 191, 193 and another 193. On the paper it promises to be a real battle between Morgan Lake and Mirela Demireva. But that's still a long way ahead of us. The stand is prepared by the officials, the bar at 174. And again, Tanita Hofmans enters the stand as the first athlete to try the new height. Successful at 170. Her first attempt at 174. She touches the bar a little, but nothing to be too concerned about. Bar remains at 174. Successful first attempt for Tanita Hofmans.
Next to jump is Blessing. Blessing Renato. En natuurlijk geeft ook Blessing weer de ondersteuning, de applaus. Dus eerste sprong op 1,74 boven de handen op elkaar. Let's hear it for Blessing Renato.
174, first attempt, Blessing Inato from Germany. Personal best, 184.
That's a good jump by Blessing. First jump in the competition for Panagiotopoulos at 174.
The next athlete to enter the competition at 174, Dozi Panagiota from Greece.
As well. We can move up that bar again. 178.
3 athletes, no fouls so far. All 3 athletes competing at 174, crossing the bar in the first attempt. We add another 4 centimeters to the bar. Next height 178.
The bar is set at 178, so we'll continue with the competition. This technical Hofmans again who will start first.
.178, and as you can see also at this height it is Tanita Hofmans from the Netherlands who is invited to try first. 178.
jump is already on the run-up. Blessing Inato from Germany. She's the youngest in this field.
Blessing Inato just turned 20 a few weeks ago. She also competed in the European Championships under 20 this year, where she reached the 12th position. So in her age already on the European top. We will definitely see more of her in the near future. For now, she has also to come back forward for a second attempt at 178. Also Panagiota Dozi from Greece, only 21 years old, so relatively young competitors here in this high jump event. She's the first one to cross the 178 successfully in her first attempt. We turn back to the Dutch athlete Tanita Hofmans, 178, her second attempt, a rather short approach. Can Blessing Inato do better than that and cross this bar at 178 in her second attempt? No, she cannot for now. So there will be a third attempt for both these athletes from Germany and the Netherlands to see if their competition stops at 174 or continues at 181.
Poging, handen op elkaar, laat van u horen. Help haar over deze 1,78 heen. Laat u horen voor Tanita Hofmans.
Third attempt, Tanita Hofmans, 178. It was close. It was the best of the three, but unfortunately for Tanita, not sufficient for today. 3 crosses at 178. That means she leaves this competition rather early. 174, her best performance today. Then Blessing Inato. Yes, for her the situation at 178 ends much better than for Tanita Hofmans. This was a solid jump, and there were even a few centimeters left for her, so that gives her hope and confidence for the next height. Blessing Inato from Germany continues the competition. The bar moves up, 181.
We're going to start with Morgan Lake. That's the first to jump.
Ja, maar dat is niet. Maar dat is een profillen. Ja, maar dat is via die camera.
Links is wat op YouTube.
Ja, nee, dat ben ik dus niet. Dus dit is wat vanzelf, zeg maar. Maar je bent wel een taak nu, hè? Ja, veel druk.
And at the next height, 181, we will see one of the three remaining athletes who did not jump so far enter the competition. Because the first one that can try this next height will be Morgan Lake from Great Britain. Here she is, Morgan Lake, already rehearsing her jump, getting mentally ready for that, entering the competition always, no matter the height. The first jump is important to get the right feeling of this track, of the weather conditions, the particular wind today, which has caused also the male jumpers a bit of a headache before. But this lady, Morgan Lake, only 25 years of age, personal best of 197, and at that height being the second best of Great Britain of all times. It is only Katarina Johnson-Thompson with 198 who passed her at that event, being the English or the British record holder for the moment. Morgan Lake, 11 times national champion in high jump. And not only that, she also competed in the World Championships under 20 already in 2014, where she claimed the crown, the gold medal both on the high jump and the heptathlon. And more recently, on the recent European Championships in Munich, she claimed the 7th position in the high jump competition. And look at this. A solid opening for her, Morgan Lake, 181 in the first attempt.
Next to jump is from Slovenia, Dia Apostolovsky.
It's nice to see this mental dry rehearsal before the real jump. From Alia Apostolovsky, Slovenia, her opening jump at 181. And that's also why you see, even if you are able to jump 190, 92, it's always important to get that first jump in, to get the whole thing lined up, to see if the approach is working well. So Leah, we need to see her again at 181, across in her first attempt. And that brings us back to the young German athlete. 181 for her. That would equal her season best. That was clearly not a good jump. Somehow at second thoughts, halfway the jump, and luckily no injuries or any other uncomfortable situations. Talking with her coach, what went wrong? Look at this, she needs to continue the runway and build up her speed towards the bar, and then just finish the jump as she did many times in training. But then still now aiming for equaling your season best. You give it all you have. Well done for Panagiota Dozy. She equals her season best in the first attempt here, 181. So no fouls so far for her. She's good on the way. So two athletes successful at 181, Morgan Lake and as we just saw, Panagiota Dozy from Greece. Two athletes left with the second attempt of this same height, 181. In a minute we'll see Blessing Anato, but first Leah Apostolovsky, her opening height. So it's crucial that she get this right as a good startup of her competition. 181, second attempt. Yeah, that looks much better than the first one. And that should give her some self-confidence for the remaining competition. Of course, with a season best of 191.
Second attempt now for Blessing Anato. The season's best, 181. The bar height, 181. Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen. Handen boven op elkaar voor Blessing Anato.
Look at this, so much better than the first one. And she gets it all right in the second attempt. So also Blessing Anato continues the competition. She now equals her season best. And at the next height, she will get the chance to equal her personal best. The bar moves up to 184.
Die was ze dus proberen te evenaren.
Ik kan heel mooi de poging doen.
Het is ook de hoogte waarop we Mirella Demirella voor het eerst in actie
Ja, zo
gaan
lang
zien.
mogelijk bij die atleet blijft die spot mee.
Dan ga ik gewoon...
Ja, dan vang je hem op, zeg maar. Want dan kan ik na de slow, kan hij weer terug naar die andere plek. Dan heb ik gewoon even tijd om die atleet laten zien. Die zijn niet zo, alle twee tegelijk daar naartoe.
Ja, dus zij kan gewoon die kant springen.
Jij komt vanaf deze kant morgen.
En dan blijft zij dan daar staan.
Hij filmt gewoon de poging. Jij kijkt gewoon wat voor de mat op gaat naar de coach, of weet ik veel. En dan
Dus dat nu gewoon
ja, vang volgend jaar totdat de volgende atleet doe je weer even hetzelfde.
dus dan laten we gewoon begin te doen.
Yeah, the conditions here in Zoetermeer are still fantastic for a late summer athletics evening. The sun is shining, the wind is going less and less. Audience is enjoying themselves on this fantastic athletics stand here in Zoetermeer. And it's fantastic to see how many young athletes are here to see their examples that they would like to compete in the future. And look at these heights. Fantastic event here in Zoetermeer, Klaverblad International High Jump Meeting, with world stars like Morgan Lake competing in the Netherlands on the high jump. And we see that Morgan Lake needs at least a second attempt later on at 184, because she slightly touches the bar with her legs and makes it fall down. And then we'll see the last athlete entering in the competition. The athlete with the longest palmarès of the today's start list, Mirela Dimereva from Bulgaria. She starts at 184. And even she will need a second attempt at this height.
Who will clear this height first? Will it be Leah Apostolowski, who is next to jump?
So far, no athletes successful at 184. Will Leah Apostolowski be the first one? She has done it before. And she does it again. It can be so important later on in the competition to reach all these heights at your first attempt and to avoid counting up the fouls, because that might bring you down at the end. When the heights are equal, the fouls will define who gets first and who gets behind. Blessing Inato on the way to equaling her personal best at 184. Not bad at all, rather close, but she needs a bit more to jump through this. I had the impression that it was the legs that finally took the bar down. So also the coach here is explaining that she has what it takes to cross this bar here today in Zoetermeer at 184. So all 5 remaining athletes in the competition active at this height of 184. Can Panagiota Dozi repeat what Leah Apostolowski already did? Cross the bar in your first attempt. Yes, she can, and she is very happy about that. It was a small miracle looking at how she touched the bar, but somehow she managed not to kick it off. And she beats her season best. It was 181 until today, 184 now. And what's more important, no fouls for her so far. She's the only one. So 2 athletes successful at this height, 184. Morgan Lake now in her second attempt. And although she touches the bar, at least she crosses it successfully. So Morgan Lake remains in competition, 184 in the second attempt. And this lady has a collection of medals, silver medals, Olympics, European champions. And look at this solid jump over 184 for Mirela Dimereva. She has been here before, of course, because she lives and trains at this stand here in Zoetermeer. And in 2019 she won the competition here at 190. So 4 more athletes secured continuation of the competition at 187. One has left to do this. And she is competing with her personal best. A battle with herself. Can she equal what she has only done ever once before? Blessing Inato. She has one final attempt left at 184. Is she ready for it? Already a lot of jumps in, as you can see, 9 jumps. Will jump number 10 be a successful attempt over her equal personal best of 184?
The final attempt at 184, equaling her personal best. She can do this with the support here in Zoetermeer, so let's hear it for Blessing Inato.
She's getting ready for this. 184, third attempt. The audience is well behind her. It was so close. But she still is happy with her performance today, and she should be. 181 and at least 2 good attempts on 184. And as being only just turned 20, we definitely will see much more of her in the near and further future. We hope to see her also back here next year in Zoetermeer. Athlete, young athlete from Germany, Blessing Inato. 181. That leaves us with 4 athletes at the next height, 187. Uh, 187. 3 of the 4 athletes have jumped higher before. Panagiota Dozi never did. Her personal best 186. So to stay in the competition, she has to pull out something special and to grow higher than ever before.
187 is the new height. We'll continue again with Morgan Lake.
And when we make up the final score, it will be important to have not too many fouls. So also for Morgan Lake, the first athlete at 187, it is important to clear this height in her first attempt. But also here, as before, she will need at least a second one.
Dames en heren, handen mogen weer op elkaar voor Mirena Demireva. Ook een ongeldige poging nu
With Morgan Lake and Mirela Dimireva, we see two athletes who recently compete head-to-head, also in the Munich European Champion Final, where Morgan Lake became 7th and Mirela Dimireva became 9th. So these are really top 9 of Europe here today, competing again against each other in Zoetermeer at the Klaverblad International High Jump Meeting. Quality assured in international high jump. They're all so close, also Leah Apostolovsky, but it's not good enough, as you can see. Will it be Panagiota Dozy? No foul so far. Will she continue that streak? And if she does, it means for her a personal best. The Greek champion of 2020, the number 3 of this year's edition of the Greek National Championship.
Too much chances for her to improve her personal best here today in Zoetermeer. Who will be the first to jump this new height of 187? We continue with the second attempt. And let's give her our support. Our veteran is tweede poging op 1,87. Die gaat deze hoog nog eerst aan de vinger. Nog even haar ondersteuning. De eerste opname. Morgan Lake.
Yes, a nice and solid clearance. Morgan Lake at 187. It looked like the takeoff was rather far away, but even that did not stop her to cross that height. 187. Morgan Lake. Let's see who can copy her on a successful attempt on 187. Maybe Mirela Dimireva. Yes, of course. She looks a bit insecure, touching the bar, knowing that it was not as easy or as solid as it could be, but still it's a valid attempt. Also for Mirela Dimireva, the 187 successfully crossed. Leah Apostolovsky with her 22 years of age. Last summer in 2021 she was the bronze medal winner of the European Championships under 23 in Estonia. And here she has a massive jump at 187. Good clearance. So then you would assume or hope that also Panagiota Dozy is able to do what all 3 other athletes did, cross the bar at 187 in the second attempt. She's telling herself how to do it. Here she comes, 187, second attempt. Not yet. No personal best so far. But the good news is 1/3 attempt remains for her. All others are already done through to the next height. So it's up to her. Special preparation, sitting in front of the bar. So season best, tick in the box. Let's see if it can also become a personal best. 186 until today. Will she leave the Netherlands with a new personal best? Then she has to cross this bar at 187 in the 3rd attempt. She knows the song very well. Her personal music. She realizes very well it's now or never, or at least now or another day. But it would be so nice to do it today. The competition so far has been flawless. And yes, the 3rd one was the best one, but as you can see, the bar came down. But I imagine she can still be happy with her performance here in the Netherlands today. Compliments and congratulations from her coach. And she leaves the competition at 184. 4th position. And that leaves us with the 3 strongest athletes on paper, who are also going to battle among each other. Who's going to take the win today here in Zoetermeer. The bar goes up to 189. And it's very tight, because if we look at all the crosses and circles, the successful jumps and the fouls, all 3 are exactly equal. All 3 are at 1st position at 187, with all 2 fouls behind their name. So something has to happen to differentiate these 3 athletes, and to see if we can find who is the best of these 3, at least today, on this high jump event here in the Netherlands. 18th edition today of the Klaverblad International High Jump meeting. The battle is really starting now. The battle for the top 3. Morgan Lake, the first one to attempt.
Jump. She came in 9th at the European Championships of Munich. Ze werd 9e tijdens het EK in München. Jullie op de baan. En we mogen een handstap direct komen. Let's hear it for Mirena Deneva.
She can laugh about it. Like the previous height at 187, she realizes she hits the bar, she touches it while on the cushion. It remains, she can laugh, but then stepping down on the cushion, it still falls off. So unfortunately that's an official foul, and also Mirela Dimireva has to come back for a second attempt at 189. An ideal opportunity for Leah Apostolovsky to claim this height in her first attempt. No. So 2 fouls each, and all of them 1 failed attempt at 189, so they're exactly equal, all 3 of them.
Who is the first to clear this one? All of them.
When will we see a difference between these 3 great athletes?
They give them our support. So Doris en Skeer, Klaverblad. Handen omhoog op elkaar. Laten we voor Morgan Lake. That was close again. It might be the decider, whoever jumps this height first. Wat de beslissing zijn natuurlijk, wie als eerste deze hoogte haalt. We gaan het merken. Daar komt de muziek, ze staat er inmiddels alweer. Dus we mogen de handen ook op elkaar. Let's hear it for Mirela Dimireva.
Oh, it moves again. Let's see what happens this time. The officials take the bar, so this time it's a valid attempt. Mirela Dimireva, the first one to cross the 189.
And it's Leah Apostolovsky who is the next to jump. Let's hear it. Handen op elkaar. Second attempt for Leah Apostolovsky.
So the first slight difference between the 3 athletes is there. It's now Mirela Dimireva taking the lead at 189, crossing that successfully. Morgan Lake and Leah Apostolovsky can still join her at that height, but at the cost of 1 extra foul, so that will bring them, in any case, to the second position in the competition. Here we go. For them, Morgan Lake, 189. Her season best so far, 193. So she has done it before, this 189, and not so long ago. Hopefully she can cross the bar and stay in the competition.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Morgan Lake. Are we going to continue with the winner of 2019 only? Or will she be joined by Leah? The only one left.
So Morgan Lake finishes her competition at this height. Her best height today is 187. Mirela Dimireva will continue the competition at the next height. But will she be alone, or will she still have a competitor next to her? That depends on the next few seconds, where Leah Apostolovsky will show us, the athlete from Slovenia, if she is able to cross this 189 in her third and final attempt. Her season best is 191, so 2 centimeters short, the 189. No, she doesn't succeed for today, so also Leah Apostolovsky leaves the competition at this stage. Also for her, the 187. That means she's equally in second position together with Morgan Lake. Both cross 187 and both have 2 fouls. This means we know who is going to win this year's event. It's the same athlete as the winner of 2019 edition. It's Mirila Dimireva from Bulgaria. The next height, she chooses to put the bar at 194. That would mean an improvement of her season's best. Until today, both Mirila Dimireva and Morgan Lake were at an equal 13th position of the ranking of the European high jumping list for women. 4 athletes have crossed that bar at 193 this year, and now she goes for the 194, so that would bring her to 12th position. Only 1 athlete in Europe crosses that height equally to her, Oksana Ukuneva from Ukraine.
Staat nu op 1,93 meter. Dus op 1 centimeter wil ze er niet bij. En die weet wat er daarin zit. Maar dat is een zorg voor later. Double check for the bar, 1 meter 94, but it's checked. Here we go, we continue with, we already know she's the winner of this 18th edition of the
And this athlete, Mirela Dimireva, has a really impressive track record. Silver at the 2016 Olympics, silver at the European Championships in both Berlin and Amsterdam. Here she goes, 194, first attempt.
Two more tries left for Mirela.
It's her 5th appearance here in Zoetermeer at the Klaverblad high jump meeting. She has been 8 times the national champion of Bulgaria. And she was already silver medalist in the World Junior Championships in 2008. So she is already 14 years at the absolute top of at least Europe, but also competing in some impressive high quality events like the Olympics and the World Championships. It's so nice to have these kind of athletes competing here today in Zoetermeer at this Klaverblad high jump meeting.
Here she comes again. Daar komt ze weer, dames en heren. Voor haar tweede poging op de seizoensbeste prestatie.
Yeah, an athlete with this kind of experience, she knows what she has to do. Although she has a bit more time, since it's the only athlete still in competition, she doesn't require that much of break or pause. She knows what she has to do. Turn up the volume of her personal music. 194, second attempt.
U weet wellicht dat wij hier het 50-jarig jubileum vieren.
And look at this slow motion. It is not so far off. It's not so far off. Look at this. The height is there, but she slightly touches it with her upper leg, and that makes the bar come down. She already made quite some jumps, needing fouls at all heights she has competed so far. So 8 jumps done, at least one more to go. So it's a fact that she will win the 2022 edition of the Klaverblad high jump competition. The question still open is at what height. She passes already last edition's winner, Janelle Scheper. She won the competition in 2020 at 185, and in 2019 it was the same Mirela Dimireva who won that edition at 190. Will she have to settle for the 189, or will she get the 194? Improving her 2019 result, but definitely also improving her season best of 2022. And they are asking the crowd here again. The crowd and the track that she knows so well since she trains here already for many, many years. Third attempt, 194. She doesn't get it, but she's still happy winning the event. Mirela Dimireva from Bulgaria claiming the victory at the 2022 edition of the Klaverblad High Jump International event. And like you have seen with the male, we will also, of course, do immediately after this competition the celebration and awards of the winners. And not only the winners, we will call back to the stand all 6 competitors, competing athletes. And you see here the final result of the 2022 edition of the Klaverblad High Jump International High Jump event. And there you see it, the stage, the podium is ready to receive the winners of this high jump competition. The announcer is inviting the 6 athletes to once again join, come forward to the high jump stand. I repeat again, this is the 18th edition of this high quality high jump event in the Netherlands.
So we can thank you for your
Many national champions, national record holders, Olympic competitors have been here in Zoetermeer to compete at this high jump event. And we call forward the 6 ladies, the 6 female athletes who have made the competition today what it eventually became to be. First of all, 6th position at 174 from the Netherlands, Tanita Hofmans. Then we saw the strong, young and happy German athlete. 5th position, 181 for Blessing Inato. The 4th position, 184 from Greece, Panagiota Dozi. Two athletes claim the 2nd position since their score is exactly identical. At the same height, 187, and 2 fouls each. So the first to be called forward on the 2nd place is the great high jump athlete from Great Britain, Morgan Lake. Look at her smile. Fantastic. And equally 2nd with the same height, 187. Also 2 fouls. All the way from Slovenia, Lia Apostolovski. And although from Bulgaria, which is a long way from here, we like to call her a bit the local hero. She spent so much time on this track and in this city, and therefore I think this tournament also gets their deserved and hoped and expected winner. Not for the first time. She did the same in 2019. She does so again in 2022. With a height of 189 today, the winner of the 2022 edition, Mirela Dimireva from Bulgaria. And there you have the full results. All the names, all the heights. I believe the organizers can look back to a successful 18th edition of this high quality high jump event. And of course, put it in your agenda somewhere in the summer of 2023. There will definitely be a 19th edition, and in the summer of 2020 there will be definitely a 20th edition. For now, I think the organizers can look back on a great edition. We have 2 great champions. We are going to see if Mirela is available for a short interview. So please stay with us and see what she has to say about her 2nd win here in Zoetermeer.
Ja, dames en heren, dat betekent dat er nu een einde is gekomen aan deze 18e editie van de Klaverblad International.
As you can see, we are here. Everybody is watching us at home. So Mirela, this is not your first, this is I think your 2nd win here.
I think so, yeah.
So how was your competition today? We saw that you were battling a bit with a bar, hitting it quite a few times, but still happy with the result.
Well, that's all my season. I'm just touching the bar this season, but yeah, oh well, every year is a different one. I'm happy to be here, to jump here. I love this place. I already spent a lot of years here, and one of my best moments in life, in my career, they were here. So I'm very grateful for this competition, because here I met Renier for the first time at this meeting, and yeah, it's always nice to be
so
here.
It feels a bit like home, right? So you of course you are from Bulgaria, but you feel a bit like this is where you are a bit home, right?
Very much. Well, the people here, they really welcome me, so I've never felt like a stranger. So yeah, this is my 2nd home.
Well, that's I think a win-win situation, because also for us as the organizers, we love to have an athlete with your palmarès here competing in this fantastic high field quality field. We saw your competition with Morgan. did you, because you also recently met in Munich, I think?
Yeah. Well,
So
she's a really good jumper, and she has her heights and her style of jumping. So it's nice when there is a strong field, and I hope next year it will be even stronger, because actually stronger field help us to improve and jump even higher.
It's good that you talk about next year, so that also means, although you already have a long career behind you, you still also look forward and you plan to stay in the competition also for next year. Big plans.
Yeah, well, I've always be here. For me, I'm sure.
Okay, and for next year there's a World Championship. Even the year after is Olympic Games. Are you already still dreaming or planning for that?
Yeah, of course. I'm heading towards my third Olympics, and with Rini we are working, and we are really improving in my jump. Yeah, not much results lately, but oh well, I go for the big heights and for the Olympics, so that's my big goal. Then it's fine.
Okay, well, it's fantastic to finish with a smile. It was great to have you here. It's also fine to hear that you already think about next year.
Yes.
So congratulations again.
Thank you.
And yeah, we definitely will see you back here next year.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
This is the winner of the 2022 edition of this high jump competition, ladies and gentlemen, Mirela Dimireva. Thank you very much. So this, with this, you see already the announcement with this final interview with a very happy and a fantastic winner of the female event, Mirela Dimireva. We say thank you to you all who have been watching us and who are witnessing from at home or from the camping or from anywhere else this fantastic event here in Zoetermeer. You see the crew is left with cleaning up the place, and they are preparing for some nice barbecue for all the volunteers to enjoy this event. And as we say here, it was a fantastic 2022 event. We hope to see you here again next year, either in real life or in front of the television. Thanks for watching. See you soon somewhere.